Hello, everybody. Welcome back, guys, to another Traveling with Tinkerbell show. It is our 7 p.m. show on Tuesday, and I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Thank you guys for coming in today to checking out the show. Let's talk about all kinds of cruise commotion and what's going on and how do we cruise, and I got some tips for you guys, and I just can't wait to know exactly how is it that you guys cruise. So for all of you guys, I want to say thank you guys for everybody that actually sent me a message during last week when I had my surgery. Thank you so much for all your messages, for all the encouragement, the love that I received last week while I was away for a couple of days. So I just wanted to say that out first. Thank you so much, Em, for being here with us today. Thank you, Scott McNeil, for coming in. Thank you so much. I actually did a little bit of a change on the background. I don't have the light. I just bought a light and it's just right here. So I think I'm going to buy a second one. I'm just trying this out to see how it works. Cruise Nuts, welcome in, Cruise Nuts. Thank you so much for being here. No, these are not new glasses. I've had these glasses for a while. I actually got to change them, my glasses. I got to get something a little bit different than what I have. Something maybe with more color. I don't know, some more, maybe green ones. What do you all think? Maybe I should get some green ones like for Tinkerbell. But yeah, so I just did a little bit of change. I'm trying to do a little bit different in the studio. I know it looks a little darker in the back, so I might get another light for it so it can spot it a little bit more. I cannot turn on the light where it says traveling with Tinkerbell because then it'll glow and then it's not going to look right for you guys. So it doesn't matter. Like one thing led to the other. So I decided to buy a light to see how that works because the other one that comes from the top of me is not working properly. So Uh, yeah, I know it makes me look different. It's like I'm more out there for you guys. So, which is something that I wanted because before it was more of the background than me. So, but I'm thankful that it's doing what it needs to do. Today's topic is how do we cruise, guys? How do we cruise? What is it that we enjoy? Today we're just going to be talking about, are you a person that likes like a 3-day cruise, a 4-day, a 7, a 14, a 21? A 30 something day cruise, maybe a world cruise. How does it that you guys like to cruise? That's what we're going to talk about today. And I also have some tips and some tricks for you while you are traveling, whether you are a new cruiser or maybe an old cruiser that maybe you have, you've never heard about this. Now, on the chat, guys, if you guys would like to comment on how is it that you enjoy cruising. Are you a short cruiser? Are you a more longer cruiser? What is the most that you what is the most that you're able to go out on a cruise? Is 7 days a lot for you? Is 14 days your max? That kind of a thing. So let's put that on the chat. Let's talk about that information. I also have some information for you towards the end of this live stream that I'm going to provide that is coming for Across the Wave tomorrow. And I'm also going to announce it tomorrow. But being that you're here today, I want to give you guys that information just in case if you don't watch Across the Wave, then maybe you should, because Across the Wave next month is going to be celebrating. So we're going to talk about all of that towards the end of the live stream. So one of the cool things that I wanted to bring on this live stream today is, how do you enjoy best cruising? Do you like a 3-day cruise, maybe just from here to the Bahamas, maybe to chill and relax and then come back and do your daily? Do you like more the longer types of cruises because you feel that 3 days is not enough for you? Because to be honest, if you get on the cruise, next thing you know, you're on the cruise, and next thing you know, you're off the cruise immediately. So it's like you can kind of like want to kind of like pack and then kind of not even unpack because you're kind of like leaving the cruise. That's how fast 3 days goes. Welcome in, Jen. Thank you so much for being here, my love. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully Donnell is doing good. I know that you guys work till late. As I'm going through the live stream, if you want to hit that like button, helps out the channel, to let the YouTube out there know that we are live, and that way other people can know that we are in our live stream today. I actually miss you guys. Last week when it was Tuesday, I'm like, oh my God, I'm over here sitting in pain and all of that. And I'm like, I miss my community, but I'm so thankful to being here today, guys, truly. And it's just a lot of fun to be able to feel better. And I'm here with you guys today. So the way that I like to cruise, I like the longer type cruises, even though that I live here in Tampa. And I could just get on. I could be at the port of Tampa within 15 minutes. I could be in the port of Port Canaveral in about 2 hours and 15 minutes. I could be in the port of Fort Lauderdale in 3 hours and 45 minutes. And I could be at the port of Miami within about 4 hours, depending on traffic. So I like being that it's easier for me to just get on my car and travel compared to some other people that, fly in. I can do a 3-day with no problems. I could do a 4-day, a 5, a 6, a 7, a 14, because I'm around the port. Now, I do have a lot of clients that if they're going to fly and they're going to do a smaller cruise, then they'll probably do a back-to-back, because a lot of Utopia customers that have flown from like New York, Chicago, Indiana, or different places, they're like, okay, I'm going to do a back-to-back because, 3 days to fly and have all that expense is not in the, it doesn't do well with the budget. So, hey, Donnell, welcome in. How are you, mommy? Thank you so much for being here. I could tell here by the information, the Cruise Nut says the minimum he cruises is 6 to 7 days. And that's your typical cruise, is 7-day cruise. People, it's very, well, not rare, but there's more 7-dayers than there is 3 to 4 days. But now it's changing, guys. Believe it or not, it's changing, because especially when Utopia came out, a lot of people were talking about, that's a 3-day cruise. I'm not going to get on it, blah, blah, blah. And then they started looking at the pricing, and then they decided, okay, so let me do a back-to-back. So I have some people that would do a back-to-back on Utopia, or I would have some people that they just want to try it and they want to do either the 3 or the 4-day. Now, when it comes to specifically Utopia of the Seas, Utopia has a parade, guys. But that parade is only for a 4-day cruise for the people that get on the ship from Monday to Friday. So if you're not on that 4-day cruise, you're not going to see that parade. So that's something that you're going to miss out. And that's one of the things that I let people know, because some people, I want to see the parade, or I want to do this, or I want to do that. So if you're the kind of person that you want to see that parade, then you have to jump in on the 4-day cruise. Another thing that Scott is saying, I like my transatlantic 4-day, so relaxing to those long straight sea days, 8 sea days in a row. So see, I know that Scott have done a couple. I think, Scott, you've done 1 or 2 of those, or you're getting ready to do a second one, but I know you're in somewhere in there. Let me see. Jen says that she loves all kinds of short and long. So there you guys have it. So, it just depends, guys. It just depends. A lot of people, it depends on the cruise. A lot of people are more cruise, and then you got some people that are more port, that they actually cruise depending on the ports of call. So there's different types of customers. You got customers that is all about that cruise, and they won't get off the cruise. They just get on the cruise, and that is their destination, and their vacation is just the cruise. M says, what is the parade about in the Icon? Sounds fun. Well, I was talking about Utopia. Utopia has the parade. Oh my God, what is that thing called? It has to do with a show that they have on Wonder, and I think there's another boat that has the other show. Oh my God, I can't even remember. I really don't like the show, to be honest, and now they actually did a parade on it. If anybody has been on Utopia, oh my God, I've been on Utopia and I forgot what the name of this parade is. Let me look it up real quick. because now you're going to have me thinking. Hold on. Now you got me thinking. Hold on. Effectors is the Effectors Homecoming Parade is what they have on Utopia. So now they no longer have the show. Now it's a whole parade about, all this, these superheroes doing all sorts of stuff. I haven't seen the parade, but I know of the parade. If you, like I said, if you are on the 4-day cruise, then you are able to see that parade. And I think they do it once on the cruise. And the only reason why they only do it on a 4-day is because a 3 days is so short of a cruise that it's just too much to be having a parade for a 3-day and then a 4-day. So it's kind of like 2 parades during the same cruise week. So that's something that, information for you guys. Now, I do have some tips for you, especially if you are a new cruiser. This is more for like new cruisers. Please make sure, guys, that whenever you're cruising on your 3, 4, 5 days, however long, make sure you arrive on time or before time to the port. Just because your cruise says that it departs at 4 o'clock, that doesn't mean you have until 4 o'clock to get into that port. The port does close, and if you arrive after the closing, they will not let you in. So that's one of the tips for the new cruisers out there. Another thing, if you are a person that you're going to be flying into a cruise, I do suggest you come in with at least 1 day ahead of your cruise, because guys, you do not know if your flights will get canceled, if something happens, whatever the case may be, and you don't make it to the cruise on time. I think last week while I was down on my surgery, I think that I heard that there was a family that they were flying in on the same date, and they their flight got delayed, and they got delayed to the port. I don't know. They got lucky because they got all of their money back, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to fly in on the same day, because look at that family. They got stuck. They got canceled by the time they made it to Miami, I think it was. And by the time they made it to the port, it was just too late. The ship was already bye-bye. Another good thing is, guys, don't overpack. You really don't need like your whole entire apartment on the cruise. Make sure you take items that are going to be, what you're going to need, like bathing suits if you're going to be, in the water, maybe like a day attire and a night attire. But I've seen a lot of people where they take gazillion things on and they don't even use it. They don't even use it. I already have like a structure of what I pack. And next week, when I go on Utopia of the Seas, I am going to be doing an unpacking on Utopia, and I'm going to bring that to the vlogs. So that's going to be something that I'm going to do for you guys, so that you guys, and there's going to be a vlog of Utopia of the things that I actually missed. So Emily's saying here, well, Scott, 2 ships, bet you're quite excited. Scott he's always doing something. Scott, when are you going on the Mardi Gras? Welcome in, Warmstrong. How are you, sir? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. When are you going to be going on Mardi Gras, Scott? Also, guys, do not bring your own drinks on board, because you cannot bring your own drinks unless it's a wine bottle. And please make sure you check with the cruise line if you're able to bring it. MSC Cruises does not allow you to bring any type of liquor, any type of water, any type of drinks. Zero drinks on MSC. Make sure you always check your cruise. Make sure you read through that contract. Make sure you bring extra toiletries just in case. Why? Because when you get on board, those toiletries are going to cost you probably double the amount of money. So you gotta also, one of the cool things that I suggest you guys do if you're getting off the port, is research that port, see what everything that port has to offer. Make sure you kind of like find out the ins and out of how to get in and out of the port, what a taxi costs, what are, just in case if you need a taxi, if they, I don't suggest you use your credit card to pay for a taxi. but at least, bring some cash. That way, you can pay it in cash, and that way your credit cards are always safe. Welcome in, Harlan. How are you, sir? Welcome in. Hello, Gloria. How are you? Welcome in, Harlan. Welcome in, Gloria, as well. Thank you so much for being here today. But yeah, so those are the different things that, research that port. Know, everything that you got to know about that port. That way you're informed when you're getting there. If you do go on a private tour and you are new to cruising, this is more for the new people than the seasoned cruisers. Please make sure you get back on time to that cruise port, because you don't want to end up being stuck at the port. Another thing that I suggest, always keep, let's talk a little bit about phones. Make sure you keep your phone on airplane mode while you're on a cruise, because you don't want to accrue all these extra charges because you kept your phone, or maybe you used your phone. PK Adventure, thank you so much for being in here today. Welcome in, sir. Thank you so much for being here today. But yeah, so those are some of the tips that I wanted to bring to you guys while you are cruising. Make sure you download your cruise app, maybe your cruise hub app from Carnival, maybe your Celebrity app, your Royal app, your NCL app. All of them have a cruise app. Make sure you familiarize yourself with these apps, know how to use them, because believe it or not, every cruise line, that's what they're turning into. Everything is going to be now on your app. If you are a Celebrity cruiser or a Royal cruiser, your boarding pass is inside of your app. So make sure you know how to understand how to work all of that. And maybe for the folks that are a little bit older, then they might have to print out their boarding passes and bring them in along with your travel documents. Please don't forget your travel documents, like a passport, your driver's license, your original date of birth. If you are married and your last name has changed, you got to bring your marriage license. Unless your passport has your marriage name, then you don't have to bring all of that. And always, guys, use a travel agent to book your cruises. You'll be so happy, depending on the travel agent that you're working with, all the knowledge that travel agent has to offer, guys. Which is very important, because sometimes, I used to do it before I was a TA, where I would book all of my stuff. And sometimes, believe it or not, you miss out on a good deal, or maybe on a special, or whatever the case may be. Or even if it's the same price, guys, using a TA, you're not paying anything, extra. It's all in the same, it's all in the same amount that you pay. There's nothing extra to use a TA, guys. And this is all about how you cruise. This is all has to do with, how we cruise, and pretty much, all the knowledge that you can possibly have. One of the great tips that I have to offer you today is consider travel insurance, guys. It is a must. You do not want to spend your hard-earned money, and for whatever reason that happened, maybe a day before, a week before, a month before your cruise, you can't go on that cruise, and now you're in penalty time where you will not see a single dime of that money. Consider your travel insurance, guys, because that can help you out, at least get some of that money back. So, also another tip on how you cruise is, do you book your cabins next to an elevator? Do you like your cabin next to an elevator? That's another question. That's another tip for you guys. Are you a person maybe with mobility issues that you need to be next to an elevator? That's part of how you cruise, right? Also, don't forget to also become a member of the loyalty programs, because as you become a member of these loyalty programs, you get perks with them depending on the time and all of the different things that you do. Are you a cruiser that likes to have drinks, maybe spa treatments? If you're a person that enjoy the drink, make sure you get your drink package. Now, if you're with Celebrity, I promote Celebrity because that's my favorite cruise line. But if you're with Celebrity and you can get all in with drinks and Wi-Fi and all of that for one price. But if not, then, make sure you get the drink package, and always keep an eye for the specials. Royal is always doing specials on drinks. I think right now they're having like a 20%. You buy one, you get the other 20% off. And for Black Friday, they actually do all sorts of different things. So keep an eye open for all of those specials, guys, because you never know what you will find. Harlan says that he always buys travel insurance. Mel, thank you so much for being here. Welcome in, Mel. Thank you so much for being here. Yes, travel insurance is very important when you use it as a USAA insurance, and it offers travel insurance in case you did not know. Well, there you guys have it. See, that's the good thing about having a conversation on the comments, guys, because every cruiser is different and we can get information from each other. So thank you, Cruise Nuts, for that information. Let me see. On a celebrity cruise, they include a drink package. Yes, they do. You can get on a celebrity cruise with drink package and Wi-Fi included, and without. And if you work with an Expedia agent, we do have specials and groups that are cheaper than if you were to do it on your own. So keep in mind on that, Harlan. If you ever need something with celebrity, just give me a call and I'll be more than happy to assist you. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, which is another essential tip, is budget properly, guys. Don't just buy everything that is out there. Budget properly, like budget for gratuities. If you're a person that is going to, it provides gratuities to the hard-earned people that are working on these. Because believe it or not, guys, whether you know this as a fact, and maybe you're a new cruiser. I'm talking to mainly new cruisers because I know a lot of people on the chat have cruised before, but these people work anywhere between 14 to 16-hour days, 7 days a week. So yeah, budget for your gratuities, budget for any incidentals, always take a little extra cash just as a precaution, just in case for whatever reason your credit card does not work, you at least have a little bit of cash on your hand that at least you can use, because you never know what can happen. This one is kind of cool. Timing is everything. If you are in kind of like a college student, let's say, and you're looking for a spring break, timing, guys, is everything. If you are a person that you like to kind of like relax and not have so many craziness going on your cruise, then I don't suggest you book during spring break, guys, because it's going to be crazy during that time. So timing on your cruising is a must. That's like the top tier that you should be saying, okay, I want to make sure that when I go cruising, I'm going to have a great time and it's not going to be gazillion children or whatever the case may be. Keep the needs of your companions in mind. So always, if you're traveling with a group or with your spouse or with a friend or whoever, always keep them in mind of when you're doing things or how you're going to do it. Make sure you guys do everything together. When you're actually planning for your cruise, plan it together. It's a lot of fun to plan together and, to check all the excursions, things you want to do, and things like that. Research your ship, not just the line, guys. Research your ship. When I was looking at this topic of researching your ship, guys, I will tell you something. I was reading, I don't know if you guys know Ben and David. If you don't follow them, they actually did a vlog this past week that came out on Norwegian Epic. And when I was going to do my show on how do you cruise, I actually booked Norwegian Epic at one point in my life. And when I started researching the ship, I really didn't like the layout. That layout of that ship is crazy horrible. I don't even know who actually sat down and actually did the schematics of that ship. But if you don't know, and you could probably go to Ben and David because they have it. It's called, I think it's called The Worst Cruise or something like that. And they were talking about their cabin. So for those of you that have been on a cruise, you have your cabin door. And when you walk in through the door, you sometimes have a corridor of closets or your bathroom. And then you have your room. Well, on this epic cruise, you have your cabin door, you have your toilet to the right or the left, and then your bathtub or your shower to the right or your left. So they're like parallel. And then there's a curtain. It's not like an enclosed bathroom like you're regularly used to on a cruise. It's a curtain. So, hey, David, how are you, sir? Welcome in. So when you're taking a shower, if you're traveling with a friend, let's say, or maybe your daughter or whoever, somebody other than your husband, you have a curtain. Everybody can hear everything on that bathroom, whether you're showering. God forbid if you forget to put a do not disturb outside the door, and maybe the cabin attendant comes in and you're there and you got to change in the middle of the door and everything. It's just crazy. So if you have not seen David Ben and Davis Epic, New Region Epic, I suggest you guys go check it out. It's crazy, the layout. But research, guys, research your ship, research, reviews on the ship and different things like that, because what somebody liked, maybe somebody else didn't like. And at least you can get a little bit of a gauge of what's going on. I watched that video yesterday, says Gloria. A crazy Gloria, right? It is crazy. Let me see. We haven't sailed with RCL in a while, but we snagged a great deal on a 9-day 5-port of call. Hey, that's a really good deal. That is a really great deal. So, I always tell you guys, research is your BFF when it comes to this. Also, if you're doing like a 3 and a 4 days, guys, your time is just going to fly. It's going to feel like you walk in and you're walking right back out, because it goes so fast that it's like a kind of like you open your eyes and you're back at the port. So that's how a 3-dayer. I said that the best cruise is a 7-day, but if you love to cruise, I've done 14 is my max that I have done, but I think I can do more than 14 with no problems. Also, on how do you cruise? What type of cabins do you like? Are you an interior cabin to save a little bit of money? Do you always purchase maybe an ocean view, possibly a balcony, maybe a suite or royal suite? One of these like yacht clubs or anything like that. What is it that you enjoy? Keep in mind that when you're doing a smaller cruise, like a 3 and 4, for some people, this is kind of like your yearly vacation. You save all this money and you want to splurge maybe on a balcony. I'm cool with that. And I don't have a problem you buying a balcony, but always have the mind, are you going to be in that balcony as much as that balcony is going to cost you? Because when you're doing a 3 and a 4 day, you're out and about constantly. You're not really in your room. Now, if you're doing a 7-day, I will say definitely get a balcony, because you're going to have a little bit of downtime on sea days where you will enjoy that balcony. And I know a lot of people on the comments might agree with me when it comes to that. Gloria is a solo but dream of a balcony. You know what, Gloria? I'll be honest with you. For solos, and on NCL, you could do a balcony on a solo and you still pay for that solo balcony. And that's one of the cool things that I actually like about NCL, guys, believe it or not. I love NCL for that reason, because I have a lot of solo customers, and I try to put them on NCL because for the NCL price that you guys get, you don't have to pay double occupancy. You could get either a solo interior, a solo ocean, and a solo balcony. And it's only like they charge you just for the one person. So that's a really good price when it comes to traveling, solo. So And believe it or not, so a lot of people are a lot of solo people are traveling more on cruises. Weirdly so, but they're traveling more and they love it. They enjoy it. They have a great time. Also, another essential tip is the cabin location is a key. That is the key. You know, are you a person that gets seasick? We have, you know, we always have to know, are you a seasick person that if you're going to get sick, then we have to put you midship, right? We got to put you on that midship, not too high, not too low, kind of in the middle. So you will have a great vacation. Or are you a person that it doesn't matter where they put you, you know? And if you're that type of person, I actually have a tip for you. If you're a person that you really don't mind where they put you, or you don't mind if you're in the front, mid, or the aft, then I suggest go guarantee. You're not only saving some money, but you're also, you know, you can probably upgrade for a little bit more. Like say if you say, okay, I want an interior, put me in an interior guarantee because it doesn't really matter. But then you were wanting to maybe pay, let's say for a higher one, then you can kind of like bump yourself a little bit more because now you guarantee is always, when you're doing a guarantee cabin, you're actually saving anywhere between $100 to $400, depending on the cruise ship. So just keep that in mind. If you are a person that doesn't matter where it is, then maybe guarantee might be your friend, just in case. But keep in mind that when doing guarantee, you really don't know where they're going to put you. So just keep in mind. But I know that you might be lucky. Like, let me tell you, I did Wonder of the Sea on a guarantee ocean view. And I ended up in a accessible cabin, weirdly so, on Wonder. And I had a fabulous time because my cabin was like a whole entire suite for myself and my husband. So, and we did a guarantee. We didn't ask for an accessible, but that's what they gave us. So, but you never know. You might be in luck like that, you know? um, let me see if anybody we love getting balconies. We have agreed through most times not worth it, and 3 or 4 day cruises like you said. Yeah, I agree with you there because it goes so fast for the amount of money that you're spending. We talk about know what to pack, you know, find out what do you need. I know that in the longer cruises, you have an 80s party, you have a white party. So make sure you always pack for those kinds of things. If you are a person that love to do how do you call it? Oh my God, now I forgot, the captain's night, then dress up, you know, in your best attire and go all out. But I do know a lot of people that maybe don't like that and they just want to stay in their shorts and their shirts. So they go to the buffet that evening and they enjoy their buffet while you see everybody all nice in their gala outfits and doing all their best out there. Um, are you the type of cruiser that you like to start exploring the ship as soon as you board? I am one of those cruisers. I love to explore. You know, I love to explore as soon as I walk into that cruise. I just want to explore. And now that I actually have a YouTube channel, I even explore even more because I want to bring that information out to you guys, you know. I want you guys to live and see everything that I see through my eyes. So let me tell you, I'll tell you how the type of cruiser that I am. I come in, I drop my bags at my stateroom. I take my camera and I start vlogging and I start exploring because I want to know the ship. If it's a ship that I have never been, I want to explore. Now, I am not your cruiser that I am that type of person that goes deck by deck days before to figure out where I'm going to be. I just like for it to be a surprise and I like to enjoy and explore and see all the things. Now, by doing that is a good thing and a bad thing because then you miss out on some things that you might never know. But usually what I do, especially now that I have the channel, I always look through the deck by deck to make sure that I actually covered everything. Now, on my Utopia cruise that I took in July, I didn't get to vlog everything because we only have 3 days. So whenever I go next week, I'm going to be vlogging the things that I actually miss only on that cruise. Harlan says, I love to walk over the ship and see where things are at. I agree, because you don't want to be lost. And I don't know if you guys are this type of cruiser, guys, where you're lost the first day or two, and then once you figured it all out, you're getting off the ship. You are getting off the ship. So that has happened to me quite a bit. And it's kind of like funny, because you're like, oh, I know where I'm going, exactly the shortcuts and all of that. And next thing you know, boom, you're out of the ship. So explore that ship, get to know everything, get to enjoy, figure out what is complimentary, what is for a charge. For instance, if you're going on Utopia, Harmony, Wonder, any of the Oasis class, know that, and this is a tip for you guys, that on Johnny Rockets, it's complimentary for breakfast. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's complimentary for breakfast. So at least if you've never been to Johnny Rockets before, you can at least try it for breakfast. If you didn't like it, guess what? You didn't have to pay for it, and you can always walk yourself back to the buffet and maybe eat something completely different if you didn't like Johnny Rockets. But that's one of your complimentary items on that Oasis class. So now, another tip that I have for you is bring your carry-on on the first day. Why you got to bring the carry-on? If you're a person that has medical situations, you need medicine, make sure that your medicine, it's important. Don't put that on your luggage. Put it on your carry-on. If you are a person that you're going to get on the ship and you want to try out the pool, make sure you bring your bathing suit inside of your carry-on. So all of these little belongings, always take at least a pair of clothing, because God forbid you lose your luggage, then you don't have any clothes. So at least take one pair of clothing in there. So pack your swimsuit, maybe your sunblock, your motion sickness medicine, all of your essentials in that little bag, because you don't probably going to see your luggage to maybe 6 p.m. So you want to make sure that at least you have your essentials with you at all times. That's something that is a must do, because you never know, anything can happen. I've seen people where they lost their luggage. I've seen people where they haven't gotten their luggage till really late at night for whatever the reasonings are. So make sure, guys, that you have all your essentials in order. PK right now is talking about the maple bacon milkshake from Johnny Rocket. It's amazing. You have to pay for it, even with the drink package, but it's only $3, worth every cent. So, guys, if you're ever on an Oasis class ship, you got to try the maple bacon cheese, maple bacon milkshake. Oh my God, I'm twisting my tongue over here. I'm going to have to check that out, PK. I'm going to have to check this out, because I'm going next week. So I'm going to check it out and see how good it tastes. I'm going to write that down and I'm going to check it out. Hey, look, Harlem has said, don't have the bacon. And M is saying over here, on the years past, my parents always told us to bring extra clothes and one bathing suit. You got it, girl. You got it. Well, I will be going to PK to have breakfast on Johnny Rockets, so I'll make sure I check it out. Thank you so much for that tip, PK. Also, are you a cruiser that loves to board early, or are you a late cruiser? What type of cruiser are you? Do you like to go early in the morning, or you're the person that you want to come in late? I'll give you some tips on that. If you are an early cruiser that wants to get on the boat no later than 10:30 to 11, you get the whole ship. I don't know how many of you guys have this happen to, but I've been on a cruise where I've been like maybe the 15th or 10th person in, and you get to see the whole ship without a lot of people on it. And you can eat at the buffet early. There's not a lot of lines. There's plenty of seating. And then you can kind of start seeing how the people start swarming in little by little. Now, if you are the person that you say, you know what, I don't want to deal with all of those lines. I just want to go after the whole rush hour, then you could do that. But keep in mind that the buffet closes at a specific time and you might not have enough time to at least have some lunch. Why do I say this? Because you're paying for all of that, guys. You guys are paying for every meal you get. So might as well have some lunch, right? Harlan says he likes to board as early as possible. I'm like you, Harlan. I love to be on the ship and I like to explore. I like to explore it all. I want to be on the ship when it pulls up at 4 in the morning. They never let me go on that early, though, for some weird reason. I wonder why, PK. I wonder why. So let me ask you something, because now you got me thinking. So whenever you cruise, is your hotel, if you're staying at a hotel, are you looking towards the port when the ships are coming in? Are you waking up that early? Because I've actually been at the Country Inn and Suites in Port Canaveral where you can see the ships coming in, and I've actually seen them in the morning, like maybe at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning coming in, which is so cool to see. If you guys have not seen it, it's pitch black, and then you see all these lights coming in and them turning around and parking and all of that. It is amazing how that happens. So, put it in the comments if you actually seen seen something like that. I say board early is easy to explore. I'm with you, David. I am with you there. Cruzna says, I get up at 4 in the morning on a cruise to film the ship tour and with hardly anyone. You know what, Cruzna, I do agree. Oh, I'm sorry. I do agree with you there. That is a really good time because kind of like you get the ship to yourself. If you think about it, you get it to yourself and it's kind of like nobody there, which is kind of cool. I've never done it that way, but I think one of these days I'm going to get up at the crack of dawn and I'm going to probably do something like that just to try it out. That's really cool. She says, we like it early. Thank you so much. Tracy, thank you so much for being here. Most time, yes, I want to sleep, but always too excited to sleep and wake up. I agree with you. Cruise day is always the best day of the world. I don't know. It's just cruise day. It's like, there's nothing better than that. I think the most sad day is when they give you those little luggage tags, they're just telling you, you got to leave and then your vacation is over. But cruise day is always great. I love cruise day. It's just amazing. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, always take some type of inventory before you celebrate. You guys are probably saying inventory. Check your entire cabin for any issues before you do anything else. That's taking inventory before you celebrate. Why? Because guys, you need to verify that cabin was completely clean, that everything is working, that your plugs and all of that is working, that your fridge in there, your mini fridge is working. Because could you imagine you unpack and next thing you know, your AC is not working or this is not working and they can get it to work and they have to move you from one cabin to another. Now you got to repack and then unpack again. And believe me, that has happened. Not as many times, but it has happened. I don't know if it has happened to you, but I know it has happened. So always take inventory before you celebrate. Before all of that, take inventory. Now, a question I'm going to ask you guys is, in the perspective of how do you cruise, are you a cruiser that once you have unpacked is when your vacation starts? Or your vacation starts immediately as you step foot on that ship, you're on vacay? I know of some people that their vacation starts immediately. And I've known some people that until they don't unpack and everything is settled, that's when their vacation starts. Crazy, right? But you got all sorts of different people that do different things on how they cruise, Thank you so much, David, for being here today, sir. We appreciate you being here. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you, David, on the next one. Thank you so much. I like to make sure everything is working before I unpack. There you have it. See, Harlan is one of those. Let me see, Scott. My vacation starts when I step. I'm with you, Scott. When I step foot on board, I'm like, whoop! I'm on vacation. I'm with you there. Scott, we gotta travel again one day, my friend. I haven't seen you in a long time. Um, Always, guys, if you need something, always ask the staff member for help. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ask them. That's why they're there. They're there to help you. They're there to make your vacation a memorable vacation. And believe me, guys, the better I guess the better you know your cabin stewardess, the better your vacation will be. Some of these staff, some of them, I'm not going to say all of them, sometimes they go above and beyond depending on what you're celebrating, the different things. I had a client one time that she hides the elf on the shelf. I don't know how many people know about the elf on the shelf. And let me tell you guys, she was a little concerned when she booked with me. She goes, "You think they'll help me with the elf on the shelf?" I said, "I'm sure that if you ask the cabin stewardess, they might be able to assist you." Let me tell you, when she came back, she says, "Oh my God, Jackie, that cabin stewardess was amazing. He did a phenomenal job with the elf. I didn't even have to do anything. He did every day for us, and he prepared it. And when we were out, he had moved it and everything." So, they're there for a reason, and they will make your vacation a memorable one, guys. Always keep that in mind. Then like to clean off the phone before I use it. Also clean off the doorknobs and light switches. There you go. Bring your Clorox wipes, guys. That's what Harlan is telling you. Guys, if you have a channel, please hashtag TWT or TWT Honest, so that whoever is here new can also check out your channel. Some stateroom stewards are really good, some aren't. I agree with you, Harlan. That's why I said some of them are. And some with, well, same with wait staff. Yeah, I agree with you there. Not everybody's the same, but we do have a lot of them that do go above and beyond for you. Go talk to the crew, guys, is another tip. Talk to the crew. Engage in all levels of the staff conversations. They are from all over the world, and you might learn something new from wherever they are. And they're so happy to talk to you and to give you a little piece of wherever they come from, so that you can get to know them a little bit. So, whenever you are on your next cruise, you've never done that, just check it out. Try it out and see if you like it. Talk to them. Also, guys, planning your cruise is a key. Plan. Because planning, even if half of the things that you plan doesn't go your way, at least part of them will be. So at least you have something to look for. That way you're not missing your daily activities in the mornings. You don't miss anything. But when you're planning, guys, and you are on the Hub app or on whichever app you are, and you hit the little heart so that you can know what is it that you want to do, just keep in mind you're on a vacation. You don't want to stress yourself wanting to do everything on a cruise. If you don't do it, it's okay. But at least try to do the things that you really want to do when you're planning. So this one, I don't know. They talk about skipping the elevators when you can. I don't know. I don't do the elevators a whole lot, but I don't know about skipping the elevators when you can. But that's one of the tips that they have there. And if you're a person that you guys like a little bit of quiet, then find a little quiet spot or a hideout, because trust me, cruises do have a quiet and a hideout places. I've actually found, I don't know how many of you guys have cruised, but I've actually found areas on the cruise where you could just, on the front of the ship, you can open it up and there's like nobody knows that it's there. It's just there. And I think Splendor has it. Magic has one. The Breeze had one that I found, which is on the front. You open a door and then you're just there, and it has some little benches and like nobody was there. So if you're looking for a little hideout area and a little quiet spot, maybe to read a book or just enjoy the breeze, or if you don't have a balcony, that's a really nice area to go to. FYI, I have I having kids meal and a beer. So let me see, popcorn, chicken, and French fries. There you go. You have to enjoy your meal. We have the same steward several years apart, and remember us, made us feel special. So see, there you go. See, Tracy even, I'll tell you, sometimes you might have the same cabin stewardess, or sometimes you might go back on that ship eventually, maybe a couple of months down the road, and then you just want to say hi to that other cabin stewardess that helped you before. And if they're still there, you could just go say hello. It's not weird, to do something like that. Another tip for you guys is know your food options. Know what you want to do. Get to know all the dining venues and when they're open, when they close. That's always something that is available to you to know. So make sure that you know what food options are complimentary, what brings, like for instance, Carnival, they have Kachina and they have Shebang that is complimentary. So those things you got to make sure you know, because that way you're not losing some of your money. You're getting advantage of what you pay for. And it does not hurt to wander for a bit. Even if you have to book an excursion and get off the boat, there are plenty of options for people like us to get around very well. So, maybe wander a little bit, but, feel comfortable when you're wandering. You don't want to wander too far that then it's hard for you to come back and you don't want your ship to leave. Oh my God, this one is a really cool one. What type of cruiser are you? Do you disembark early or late, or do you wait till the last minute to get off and get as much time as you can on that ship? That's a good one. Take a port day off to enjoy the ship. Like if you've been to Nassau a gazillion times, maybe you just want to not get off the ship and maybe enjoy the ship. That's another one that we have here. Booking an excursion in advance. You got to book your excursions. You save some money when you book, but keep in mind that if you want to cancel, you have up to 48 hours to cancel that excursion that you have purchased in advance in order for you guys to get your money back. That's a new policy. So 48 hours. It used to be, before a long time, it used to be same day, then it went to 24, now it's 48. Bargains is a completely acceptable when you're shopping, guys, on these ports. Take cash. Take nominations of 20, 10, 5s, and 1s, because when you're shopping, a lot of times you get a really good deal. You don't want to push out a $50 or $100 bill. You want to make sure you have the exact same, amount, so that you guys can have the best pricing out there. Look at my husband. I like staying in to get beef and then leave. Whatever that is, I'm not sure what you're saying. Maybe you wrote it wrong. I don't like the ships that come in at 6 in the morning. Well, you don't have to get up at 6. You don't have to leave the ship at 6. They come in early, but you can start getting off the ship like at 7:30. When we first started to cruise, you cannot book shore excursions in advance. Wow, that's crazy, Harlan. If we drive, we're getting off early. If we fly, depending on the flight time. That's true there. Bring a lot of singles and 5s for the tips. Good tip, Harlan. Good tip. So yeah, guys. So these are all the different things of how do you cruise. Hopefully you guys like today's show. I think it was really cool. How everybody cruises, what you like to do, different kind of things like that. I enjoy cruising. I'm a very easygoing person. I do get a little stressy, I'm not gonna lie, on boarding day, because there's so much going on and stuff like that. But I've gotten better, through the times that I've gotten a little bit better. I try not to relax a little bit, not stress myself too much. Because boarding day, guys, whether we like it or not, it is stressful, no matter how you put it. You got to do the muster. You got to make sure your boarding pass. You got to make sure you have your passport. You got to make sure you have all this stuff, your luggage tags and this and that. So it's always good. They didn't have technologies for that then. Oh, I bet you've been cruising for a while, Harlan. I do look forward, Tracy, to meeting you and Mike. I can't wait to see you guys next month, guys. I am so looking forward. I will be at the meetup to meet you guys before, but I truly can't wait to be able to be with you guys and get to know you guys a little bit more. And I know it's going to be a lot of fun. One of the things that I wanted to, now that we have a little bit of time here, one of the things that I wanted to let you guys know, and I'm going to be talking about it tomorrow in our Across the Wave show, is the fact that, Jackie, will you send me the group cruise info, please? I will, Miss Gloria. I'll send you some information on that. One of the things that I wanted to let you know on my Across the Wave, Keith and I Across the Wave show tomorrow, we will be doing a celebration, a 1-year celebration next month. We will be giving out a couple of different things for different cruise lines. There's going to be a really nice slideshow of all of what we did in 1 year. So I want to invite you guys. I'm going to be posting that Across the Wave link on the live for that, so that you guys can know ahead of time, so that you guys can be there and come and join with us, and as we celebrate our 1 year on our Across the Wave. And it's going to be fantastic, guys, because it's one of those things where you see how you started and when you are today. And even though that we started as a team of 5 and we ended up as a team of 2, I feel super blessed to work with a lot of our people that were in our Across the Wave. And who knows, maybe soon we'll have more people in our Across the Wave show. But I just wanted to let you guys know we're going to be also talking about it tomorrow for a little bit. So make sure you put that on the calendar. It's coming out next month. And I want to see you guys all there so that you guys can take advantage, because we're going to be doing a lot of giveaways. There's going to be giveaways from all sorts of different cruise lines, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm actually working on really cool stuff for you guys to give out to you guys. So just want to make sure that you guys knew that. So as we prepare, because we're getting ready to hit that 1 year anniversary, and I am super excited because that show has grown so much, and I just can't wait to celebrate it with all of you guys. So yes, and we kept it going, we kept it moving forward, and it has been paying off little by little. But it's like everything, you got to work hard, and you see your growth, as the time keeps progressing. No different than with this show. I've seen the grow on this show little by little. We continue to tweak our vlogs, change a little bit here and there to make sure that everybody likes what we do. And I just can't be thankful enough to everybody in the community, all of you guys that come into the live stream to help us out every week. And I just wanted to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully, guys, that you guys enjoy this How Do We Cruise show today. Next week is going to be a really cool one. I will give you a little bit of a snippet of next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about how do you become king and queen on a cruise. I bet you guys that if you guys know what I'm talking about, if you know. But if you don't, you got to come back next week on our live stream here at 7 p.m. on Tuesday to see how is it that you can become king and queen of the cruise. So keep that in mind. I will see you guys next week. Please subscribe, like our vlogs, like our live stream. Please like it and share with your families and friends. Guys, I am so happy to be back again with you guys. So I cannot wait just to see where else, our life takes us. And like I always tell you guys, let me see. Harlan says something. It never bothered me if no one knows who I am. Harlan, we love you here. We love you. And I would love to one day, Harlan, be able to meet you one day, maybe cruise together, sir. So if you want to share your cruise itinerary, maybe I can just pop in there and cruise with you. That will be phenomenal. Or maybe if you want to come in our group cruise, that will be even better. Then everybody can meet you. We're a big family here, Harlan, and we love you. And I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart every week that you come here. And I just enjoy hearing, reading your messages and all of that. With that being said, guys, I love you guys all to the moon and back. And I will see you tomorrow on Across the Wave, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you guys. Please be safe. May God bless each and every one of you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Toodaloo. Ta-ta for now. Hasta mañana.